Back to business. Jassy McKenzie of HairNewsSA joins us now with more. Jassy, good evening to you. All right, where is the industry with this? We know that there are big problems. We understand the issues around social distancing, restaurant industry, everyone else is engaging lawyers. Is your industry doing the same thing?
No, we don't have to do that at this stage because very fortunately our industry has been working extremely hard, very quietly and very, very hard behind the scenes, really ever since lockdown was first announced, in order to try to work out safety protocols and to negotiate for an earlier reopening. Before level 4 was announced, they actually submitted a massive document, 80-something pages to government, pleading the case for hairdressing and beauty. But unfortunately, level 4 was level 4. It was not possible. So they tried again in level 3, and this time it looks as if everything has been successful. There were a couple of stumbling blocks that needed to be ironed out, and those required a little bit of back and forth with government. And the latest is that it's looking extremely hopeful. Government is addressing the final concerns that they have, and we should, by Friday, know under what conditions and what regulations will be needed for hairdressing, beauty, and in fact the whole sector to reopen safely.
Which ministry do you actually engage with? Is it the Department of Trade and Industry? Is it Health? Is it someone else?
Well, I'm not the one doing the engaging, so I'm not really aware of which minister they've been dealing with, but I know that as an industry we have submitted many pleas and many letters and many emails from myself and from others, and those have been sent to the Minister of Trade and Industry. Okay. So that was our go-to person.
So, I mean, the obvious question that then comes is, if I'm sitting down, I'm having my hair cut, and thankfully I do still have some hair to cut, not for much longer, but the person is very close. They usually are doing it without gloves, or they have been doing it in the past. Some people have, I'm told, more intensive hair treatments than I would. I mean, all of that's very close, it's intimate, it's personal, and I'm not just talking about the gossip while you're doing it. I mean, surely it's actually quite hard to have a haircut, to go to a salon, and make sure that we don't contract the virus, that we don't spread the virus.
I think that is exactly why government has needed to have a very, very in-depth and serious dialogue with industry on how this can be done safely, because you're absolutely right. I think everyone has been really feeling the pinch and desperate to get back to work and very frustrated by being unable to work. But as you have absolutely pointed out, we are in the throes of a global pandemic, and safety must come first. And for every salon to know that they can deal with their clients safely, and that every single possible hygiene protocol that is reasonable is in place, will, I think, make them feel like they have much more peace of mind, and also will make the clients feel that they're going into a place where it is really the least risk for reopening.
You're going to find that maybe some hairdressers can follow all the protocols, some salons can follow them, and some actually just don't have the resources, they can't do it?
Well, at this stage, we don't know what the protocols are. I believe that the negotiations did sort of try to accommodate them being reasonable and not too unaffordable, but obviously safety does have to come first. I think for salons at the moment, to put extra protocols into place, there's been an amazing amount of information sharing and ideas going around in the industry. There's been so many different solutions proposed to how salons cope with this and how they can sort of explain to clients that possibly their treatment might cost a little more due to the necessary hygiene, making it just slightly more expensive for this time. But I think that the salons that are going to be able to go back to business will be able to accommodate this, and clients hopefully will understand. The ones who really have been a little more negatively impacted and possibly have really run into situations they couldn't get out of with their landlords, those are unfortunately our wonderful hairdressers who may have to also look for a different arrangement. And so just a warning to everyone out there, with any luck, your awesome hairdresser will be back to business as usual, but if not, then they may at least for a while, be changing the way they work and the place they work and how they work. And so please be loyal and follow them, and wherever they may be, they're in that situation to be safe, and so that there's a low-risk environment, so please help them out.
Jassy McKenzie from HairNewsSA. Thank you very much indeed.